Hey guys, what's going on? It's Savage here, and today we're going to be talking about Marvel Spider-Man 2 and the Venom problem that Insomniac is going to have to face sooner or later when they make this sequel. Now, by the problem, I mean Harry. Harry Osborn originally isn't really Venom, in some variations, some universes, he is, but in the main universe, Eddie Brock is known as the main Venom. So when we really take that to account and we take Insomniac's accuracy to the comics into account, I believe that in one way or another, the symbiote is going to be attached to not only Peter, but also it's going to be somehow attached to Eddie Brock. And the way it's going to do that would be through Mary Jane. Now, I know this all sounds crazy, right? But I understand that many fans, and I've seen this all over the internet, don't like the idea of Harry as Venom. I think that Harry should be like some variation of Venom, but the big bad should probably be Eddie Brock as Venom. Not Green Goblin, none of that. I think that the main story arc should be the entire symbiote for the second game. And we know that, in the first game, we see that Mary Jane is actually now an associate editor, which means an investigative journalist is up for grabs at the Daily Bugle. And they literally just start talking about a job once Mary Jane tells Peter that she got a promotion. So what I'm trying to get at here is that Peter can easily go back to the Bugle. And the reason why he left in the first place wasn't because he hated the job or he just didn't want to be, around. He didn't want to be like a photographer or a journalist anymore. Essentially, it boiled down to Jonah putting out a article blaming Spider-Man for the deaths of innocent people, along with Electro. So, that's why Peter left. But since Jonah isn't a part of the Bugle anymore, and the Bugle would be essentially cleansed, then you can have Peter go back into that role into, rather a photographer or even an investigative journalist, which could lead him to clashing with Osborn in a story. So that can really be a good way to introduce the symbiote, is have Peter investigate Oscorp and have him figure out that Harry is actually, he is sick, and that, the Venom symbiote or whatever they call it in this universe is actually kind of keeping him alive. But either way, Peter going back to the Bugle means no matter what, we are going to get scenes at the Bugle. And a good way to have that would be Eddie Brock as one of the main people there. And of course, we can see the relationship between Peter and Eddie. And we know that they have a friendship because of one of the Easter eggs. So if they have a friendship and, Peter goes back, maybe after Peter gets a symbiote and it starts changing his mood, his attitude, and his personality, we can start to see how it starts to really change the relationship between Eddie and Peter, and that would start to build the hatred for Peter and Eddie Brock. And holy crap, that would be freaking awesome, because by the time Peter gets the symbiote off, we know that Eddie Brock is going to have it in some way, shape, or form because they work together. And I think that's really, really cool. I think that would be a really, really smart idea. You already have the build up here. We already know that not only is Mary Jane already promoted, but in the DLC, she's going to be going to Sokovia. I think that's what it's called. It's the place where Silver Sable resides. I think it's in Russia, and it's a war-torn country, and essentially she's going to be reporting there. And that really leads to Peter feeling kind of alone, and I really can't wait to see this interpretation of Venom or Peter when he has his symbiote and when he starts changing as a human being. But overall, I think that if they're going to have, Venom and they're going to have the symbiote, I think Eddie Brock, you can't ignore that. You already teased him. He's in this universe. We know he's at the Daily Bugle. And we know that the Venom symbiote is very, very key to, Eddie Brock. In many ways, you can't have Venom without Eddie Brock. And I think that if you change it with Harry Osborn, it would be it would be very good in terms of emotional impact with a friend. But I think that if you have Eddie Brock as a friend as well, that would also just lead it to more and more impactfulness. And let's be real, they've been incredibly accurate to the comics, besides like Osborn, maybe. But like, Otto having the arms, the forearms, overall the whole universe seems accurate to the comics. So having one more accurate thing really isn't that crazy, and I think that they're going to pull it off in the next game and have Eddie Brock actually be Venom. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys agree with my theory, or do you guys think that they're actually going to stick to their guns and have Harry Osborn wear the Venom symbiote. Do you think that that's what they're actually going to go for? I personally don't think they're going to go for that. I think that they're going to kind of pull a switcheroo. That tease at the end of the first game at the post-credit scenes, of course, that was like a kind of a misdirect. Like, oh, Harry has the Venom symbiote, but, in the actual sequel, we're going to see that, Eddie's actually going to get it. And that would be really cool. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.